Good evening, I'm Camden Cohn, and our Sports Ticker is brought to you by the 1890 Initiative. The collegiate track and field season ended this past weekend in Eugene, Oregon, with the NCAA Track and Field Championships. The Husker women finished 9th as a team, their first back-to-back top 10 finishes since 2005 and 2006. Rima Oteba won the javelin, and Jenna Rogers finished 5th in the high jump to lead Nebraska on the women's side. The men tied for 13th, headlined by Darius Luff's title in the 110-meter hurdles and Tyus Wilson's second-place finish in the high jump. It's the men's best finish since 2016, when they finished 10th overall. For more results and information, visit Huskers.com. Former Husker baseball star Bryce Matthews was named South Atlantic League Player of the Week. Matthews is a member of the Houston Astros High A affiliate, the Asheville Tourists. He hit .462 in 6 games, with 4 home runs, 7 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases. Another former Husker, Adrian Martinez, was named the UFL MVP today. Martinez led the league in rushing, was 3rd in passing yards, and 2nd in passing touchdowns. His Birmingham Stallions will play in the championship game Sunday. Just one more spot up for grabs for the College World Series in Omaha, as North Carolina State takes on Georgia tonight. First pitch is scheduled to take place in a few minutes. Tennessee, Florida State, Virginia, North Carolina, Kentucky, Florida, and Texas A&M have already punched their tickets. Our Sports Ticker is sponsored by the 1890 Initiative. Do you want to support Husker student athletes through name, image, and likeness? If so, visit 1890nebraska.com. Hour 1 of Sports Nightly is up next, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Here come the Razorbacks, bumping over the left. Gillen, she's stopped. Rick Allen, block number 11 for the team 16. They're body bumping in Lincoln.
Dillon turns, hands it off to Dowdell, left side, bounces to the outside, 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Dante Dowdell.
Shelley throws down low. Markowski kicks it out to Jazz, knocked away by Marshall. 7 to shoot, 6 to shoot. Shelley for 3. You betcha! Huskers take their first lead of the game with 30 seconds left.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Breaking ball outside corner. Make it an even 10 for McConaughey, and the Hoosiers leave 2 more here in the top of the 7th.
Now the 3-2, and Bretwell swings and hammers it deep center field. She's gone! Home run, Eva Bretwell, and a 2-0 lead for the Cornhuskers.
Tominaga with 9, 8, 7, starts down the right side, goes to the right sideline, 4 seconds, step back, 30-footer. Got it! Unbelievable! I don't believe what I just saw. Tominaga knocks it home.
Here are your hosts, Jessica Coody and Jeremiah Sirles on the Huskers Radio Network.
Well, happy Monday, everybody. It is so great to be back talking Husker sports with you. Much appreciated, much needed. Week off last week with the family, but I am so happy to be back and excited for this week. We've got a fun week ahead. Before we get into that, I did want to give a huge shout out to Matt Coatney for helping us out last week, filling in for me, hosting the show. I heard he had a great time. You guys called in and had some great guests. So again, shout out. Thank you so much to Matt Coatney for helping us out last week. But we have another member of the Huskers Radio Network family helping us out this week. You just heard his name. Greg and I like to call him the big dog, Jeremiah Sirles, in studio all week, live, by the way.
Yes.
So 402-413-2400 if you've got text questions, you want to call in and chat with him. I know we always have a lot of people that want to chat with you. So, hey, all week long, he's going to be here in studio with us. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I can't remember. I was driving on campus. I feel like every time I drive down here, something new is being built and everything's crazy. But no, great to be back. Excited to be back here. I mean, it's a little bit of a slow time, sports season time. But for me, I'm crazy busy with the work going, but super excited to be back.
You just recently, we talked about this, Greg and I,
Yes.
on a couple weeks ago. You took the kids, all under 5, on a long road trip. How was that?
Everyone always asks, how was your vacation? I was like, no, we went on a trip. We went on a trip. It was fantastic. No, my wife, Emma, and I, we took the kids. We went up through the Badlands of South Dakota, Stayed in Deadwood one night. Wife and I made like $700 on the slot machines randomly. It was kind of cool. And then we went down through, went over to Jackson Hole. Stayed in Jackson Hole. From there, we went to Teton National Park.
Wow.
And then we went to Yellowstone. And then we drove back down through Denver, saw my folks for a couple days, and then drove back through. So all in all, it was about 48 hours in the car, 2,500 miles. It was great. The kids did great, saw a lot of fun things, core memories. I would love to go spend like a week in Teton National Park. I mean, that place was incredible.
So your kids are all very outdoorsy, whether they like it or not, they're going to be, right?
Oh, yeah, we're outside all the time. Yeah, I mean, they watched a lot of TV on the trip. We weren't planning on it, right? We were like, no, my wife did a great job. She got a bag. She had them with colors and stickers and the whole bit. And they just kept like, when can I watch something? And so we're like, okay, just iPad, leave me alone. But, you know, they did, they loved being outside. We went on a little hike. One day we went up to, Taggart Lake, I believe it was called. So it was like a 3-mile hike overall. They did great. They had a ton of fun, wanted to take their feet off and get in the water. It was freezing, of course. But no, they did really good. And then the little one had his moments, to be expected, but most of the time he did really well too.
And they are listening/watching?
I think so. Maybe the wife was on her way home from work, but as I was leaving, they were like, where are you going? I was like, oh, I'm going to go do the radio. And they're like, can we watch you? I was like, yeah, sure. So I'm sure at one point in time, the wife will get it pulled up.
Didn't Verman get mad one time when you were on and another voice came on and he's like, "Where's Dad? I want to hear Dad."
Well, it was when I was calling the Colorado game and a commercial came on. He started yelling at my wife. He's like, "Turn it back! Dad's not on the radio."
Oh, that's funny. How's the golf game?
It's okay. You know, I'm realizing. So I joined Firethorn 3 years ago. And I'd never really golfed. And everyone was like, why would you do that? Like, why would you learn how to golf at Firethorn? I was like, I don't know. I just kind of figured it out. And I've started getting better there, but I went and played Crooked Creek the other 2 weeks ago, and I shot like an 86. And I was like, oh, maybe the course is actually just really hard. But it's been good to get back out. You know, it's that time of year. I was worried I wasn't going to be able to golf at all this summer with
your shoulder.
But, you know, 3 months out this week, so kind of getting back to cleared. Dane Todd lifts with me, who's also the Huskers. So I always kind of look at him like, can I do this? Am I good? But no, yeah, so it's been good just to get cleared from that, kind of get that put behind me. It needed to get done. Yeah, so I've been out golfing. How about you? You been out swinging them at all or not too much?
No, but I was actually going to bring that up because my dad will be here next week, and I've talked about this on the show periodically since I've been here, but my dad loves the golf, and we've been to a few different courses around here, but I think for Father's Day, he actually texted me today and was like, hey, find us a golf course to go play next Friday. So listeners got any suggestions? Maybe we should take a poll. I need to figure out. I've been to Iron Horse. I'm not sure if it's open yet.
I don't know. They were redoing the course, weren't they?
Yes. I'm not sure if it's back open, but the one that's across the way from that, Greg likes it. And then I played the one where all the Husker football players play over there in Air Park. Cole, which one was that one? It's got the wind tunnels.
That's Highlands.
I played Highlands, and he really liked
Pioneer.
that one.
Have you done Pioneers?
No.
Pioneers is a good one.
Okay.
Woodland Hills, another great one.
Yes. We actually played Woodland Hills with Travis Vokalek.
Yeah, Woodland Hills is a good one.
So if you got, listeners if you got, we should maybe start a poll or, I don't know, figure out where I should take my dad for a new course.
Yeah, well,
so he can experience a new one.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of great. There's the one out in Nebraska City, Arbor Links. I think that's a great one.
How far is that?
Nebraska City's about an hour.
Okay, well, and that's, I think, Coach Hoiberg, one of Coach Hoiberg's favorite.
Yeah, I haven't gone out there. I want to go out there bad. I really want to get out there.
Okay, I'm taking notes here.
Yeah.
All right, well, again, 402-413-2400 is that number to call in. The phone lines are open, text line for you as well. I did want to dive into recruiting because it's been, last week was the first Friday Night Lights camp for Husker football. We saw several offers already being extended. But it just, for me, it feels like there's, and I know the Huskers have had good recruiting classes even before Coach Roll and the staff got here, but it just seems like there's a different kind of momentum this time around. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I do. You know, I've been kind of tracking it a little bit more, and I think there's just more momentum behind the program. You know, I think with Rule getting here last year and kind of just trying to throw a class together as quickly as he could, getting a culture flipped around, like all that stuff, it took a lot of time, but now you're starting to see the full effect of Matt Rule and the full effect of a full season of having the clips of him with the pregame speeches and a person that's in high school being able to look at this program and go, okay, I can really actually see where they're going. I can see the path and I see the trajectory at which this Husker football team is going, and I want to be a part of that. Right? Like that's the sell right now. I mean, it's if you're Alabama and you're Georgia and you're Texas and like your sell is, do you want to come win national championships? Like we're ready right now. Right? But when you're Nebraska, you're selling like, hey, we're on the cusp of really getting to where we need to go. We got our quarterback. We got our guys for the future. We got veteran players. We got young players. Come be a part of something special. And when you can have that message, it's really good to build momentum right now. But all of that is for naught if you don't go win in the fall, right? Because it's really easy to point to, hey, this is what we're doing. Here's how we're going to make it work. But then you need to put all that into action to then really seal the deal with a lot of those recruits.
So we saw an offer for a 2028 quarterback, which just seems so far down the line.
2028. I mean, it's not surprising, though.
Yeah.
I mean, the game is changing. NIL is changing the game. Guys are getting found quicker now. Guys are getting the huddles are getting out. I mean, there's baby Gronks out there. I mean, there's just so many ways to find players now, and they're just going to get so saturated if they're a high-level recruit. You want to get in early, right? You want to be the first impression. You want to be the first one to dance. Like, all those things matter, and so you have to put these things, but there's always a chance he doesn't pan out, right?
Yeah.
And that's the hard part where you're like, man, if I offer this kid in 2 years he's riding the pine, then what? You know, it's just, but it's the same thing with my wife was telling me this is how women's recruiting actually was for
and
her.
they changed, yeah.
I mean, she was saying that like she needed to have colleges lined up by like her sophomore year in high school.
Yeah.
And I found that to be fascinating, but it seems like that's kind of becoming the path that we're starting to see for football and basketball and some of the bigger name men's sports too.
And there's also talk too about potentially moving up and having an early signing day, which is in the summer before their senior year. And, you know, I talked to a lot of these recruits on signing day and just even throughout the process. And I know it can get pretty stressful, especially throughout a senior football season. Maybe for some of them, they're locked in. Just get it out of the way. I'm done. Don't contact me.
Yeah.
I've signed officially. You can't do anything about it. Like, what are your thoughts on maybe even having an even earlier signing day period, even earlier than the December signing day?
I love it. You know, I personally love it because I hate, like I see it all the time on the ropes. It's like, this guy's committed to Florida State. Oh, he's visiting Texas this weekend. It's like, well, then how committed actually are you? Right? Like the commitment is you sign on the dotted line and it's over. And, you know, I'm seeing this a little bit in my world too, with the agent world, right? So many guys when I was coming out and even recently was like, hey, I make my decision on who my agent is after my senior season, right? That was just kind of forever and always how it is. You're seeing more and more guys for all the reasons you just laid out of, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to get my phone blown up, all that, just picking their agent before the season begins for their senior year and saying, I'm done.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that might be a little bit more. And that goes back to even what I said earlier about the access to these kids is so wide open, right? Instagram DMs, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, text messages, phone calls. Like these dudes are getting bombarded. Right? Because no one wants to feel like they're not talking to them or talking to them too little or like they're staying with them. But sometimes it can just be so overwhelming that you can lose focus of keeping the main thing and not perform. Right? And so if you just want to be like, hey, I'm really comfortable with the school that I have. I love the path. Let's get this thing signed. Let me go focus. Maybe they can start giving me a little bit of resources, right? Like, hey, you're going to be here next year. Here's the nutrition plan. Here's the strength plan. Like all that stuff so that they can be even more prepared when they walk onto campus in June.
Did you go to camps?
No. I tore my ACL my last game of my year, my junior year. So I spent that whole summer rehabbing, and actually CU was the only school that pulled my offer and told me the only way they would offer me back is if I came to their summer camp and showed them I could still play. I was like,
wow, you
live 45 minutes away. Come to a game in the fall.
Right.
So needless to say, I was not happy with Dan Hawkins and them. But, you know, I never did any of the camps.
So, you know, we've seen and we heard Coach Rule and the staff say that they're going to put emphasis on camps from the day that they were hired. And we're already seeing that, and it's become already a huge deal. But I think, you know, even for a guy like James Williams, the sack man, and they found him at a camp, and I think some of these other guys will continue to see as they are developed. But, you know, what do you feel, how do you feel about that, and just like the emphasis of the camps and being able to find and have those opportunities for guys that they can come here and come to camp and potentially maybe land an offer?
Yeah, you know, anytime you can see someone with your own eyes and make judgment off of that is so much better than tape, right? Especially for the high school level, right? anyone can make a high school highlight. If you're a good player in high school, yeah, you should be kicking the dog crap out of everyone, right? It's like, oh, there's the 8th pancake of this game. Like, well, yeah, is that kid a 14-year-old freshman that he's going against, right? Like, if you can get a kid into a college camp, get him on campus, get him surrounded by other athletes who have college potential, you'll be able to see the guys that pop, right? Hey, and that guy's moving at a different speed than the rest of these, or that guy's get off, or wow, did you see that catch that the guy had, or did you see that throw, or the arm strength, or whatever it is. Like, you can just see so much more from a physical evaluation standpoint when you're in real time. And, I use this too with our camps for the seniors in college. I bring them up to Minnesota to our gym. I'm like, hey, this kid looked good on tape, but he's not really performing the way I thought he would. And so maybe move on. Or maybe, hey, this kid's popping, but he's at an FCS level, so he's not going to get his tape seen. So, those things are going to play such a pivotal role, but you have to really trust your evaluators. Like, you have to really be like, hey, if I'm bringing all these kids in and we're going to look at them, like, I have to really trust you that you're going to be able to find these guys and sort them out and find the 5, 10, or however many it is that we want to make offers to.
We've heard a lot about Donovan Raiola, and obviously we've seen some of the guys that he's been able to sign. How impressed have you been with his recruiting and continuing to build? That's been a conversation you and I have had since I first got here. We started the podcast that, just building that room, and it takes time with O-line. It's not an overnight fix, but we're continuing to see the momentum, especially in that O-line room. Some of the top offensive linemen in the country are interested in Nebraska, and we got the number 1 recruit out of Iowa last year. But just the way that he's been able to continue to connect to that young core and continue to build, especially with the young group of incoming Huskers.
Yeah, I think it's been fantastic, and we need him to do it, right? You need a face of the franchise, and look at any great football team, it's always the quarterback. Right. And, last year was such a question mark at the quarterback position. Really, who's it going to be? Who's the guy? And then when you get your guy who you know is going to be here for at least hopefully 3, if not 4 years, then you're like, okay, buddy, we need your help to put the pieces around you to make you the best that you can be. Right. And you want the best pieces around you. Right. If I'm Raiola, I want the best offensive linemen. I want the best receivers. I want the best guys that not will be able just to showcase my talent, but to elevate everyone else around me. Right, and because it's no secret, look at Michigan. They had, 17 players drafted or something like that? No wonder they won the national title, right? NFL players in college make college football players good. Well, how do you start with that? You start by bringing in top-notch talent, right? You bring in top-notch talent and then develop them from within. Now we're cooking with gas, right? So really excited to see him get super involved into that. It shows how bought in he is to the program. It shows how much faith that the coaches have in him to put him out front and say, hey, your message, you go, you run with it. Right. And I thought that for a young man, he's handled it extremely well.
So that is Dylan Raiola. What about Donovan and the O-line specifically and the job that he's done and how big of a splash he's made?
Yes, Donovan. Yeah, I've been seeing Dylan all over the place.
Yes, no, he's dove all in, which I agree is huge.
Yes. Donovan, I mean, you talk about a guy that is the holdover, right? The one guy that held over, and talking to all the O-linemen that I've talked with, man, they love him. Like, they love him. And when you've got a coach that you can go to bat for, that you love for, you'll run through a brick wall for, that's infectious, that's contagious. And if you can get a recruit and bring them and put them into that environment, they immediately catch on to it too. Right? If you put a recruit into a room and you're asking guys so what do you think about the coach? And yeah, he's cool. Yeah, he's fine. You're like, oh, okay. But when you bring him back, no, we love this dude. This is our guy. This is our ride or die. We'll kill for this guy.
Yeah.
That's really contagious. And O-lineman can pick up on that and just kind of feel like, okay, everyone in this room's bought into this dude. I want to be a part of this. This could be really fun. And, that's a big piece of the recruiting, is just the environment in which you create as an offensive line coach is really important.
Great stuff. And we're just getting started with the big dog, Jeremiah Sirles. But we got to work in our first break here on Sports Nightly. Do see some texts. We will get to those on the other side of this break. And Husker fans, check out the all-new Hy-Vee Perks program. Sign up for the totally free Hy-Vee Perks program and enjoy exclusive perks pricing on hundreds of items in-store and online. Score big savings today at Hy-Vee.com/perks. Hy-Vee is an official grocery partner of Husker Athletics and is your one-stop shop for making your life easier, healthier, and happier. Visit your local Hy-Vee today.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers, you ready for some SUV action? Toyota SUVs can roll their sleeves up for tight turns and twisty trails, dress up for a night out on the town, or head to the great outdoors. Take your family adventure game to a whole new level with the roomy Highlander. Make a serious splash with the rugged, revved-up RAV4. And tow all your toys in the spacious new Sequoia. Don't forget the Trail-Tamin 4Runner and the sleek Venza Hybrid. All Toyota SUVs feature a whole suite of creature comforts to keep you and yours cozy in the cabin. Check out this legendary lineup at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers. Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, or Baxter Toyota of Lincoln.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
For farmers, productivity isn't an option, it's everything. And at Valley, we feel the same, delivering game-changing technology and irrigation solutions that advance agricultural productivity, with the results to prove it. From our leading irrigation technology to expert advice, you can always rely on Valley to bring out the best in your farm. At Valley, productivity isn't an option, it's everything. Visit your local Valley dealer or valleyirrigation.com today.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks. Foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Farming today is a combination of hard work, innovation, and partnerships to help keep us moving forward. Sapp Brothers Petroleum has provided us with fuel, propane, and lubricants on the farm for many years.
For over 52 years, Sapp Brothers has been a reliable partner to thousands of farmers across our great state. We work hard to make sure our customers have the most reliable supply, provided in the safest manner and at the most competitive price. Trust Sapp Brothers Petroleum to protect your equipment and keep your farm fueled. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics and to serve Nebraska farmers and Husker fans across America's heartland.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Get 1.9% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on a brand new 2023 F-150 only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Husker fans, springtime in Sarpy County means sports and outdoor activities. Catch an Omaha Storm Chasers baseball game or a Union Omaha Pro soccer match at Werner Park. Visit Fontenelle Forest, where you can enjoy tree rush adventures or hike and bike on one of the many trails. Play a round of golf or experience great fishing. Relax, refresh, and rediscover yourself with a springtime trip. Plan your adventure at GoSarpy.com.
Welcome back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, which is sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres, solutions for every field. As we welcome you back to Sports Nightly, I'm Jessica Coody, joined by Jeremiah Sirles all week long. We do have some texts and lots more suggestions for golf. So Quarry Oaks was the one that we were talking about. And Stephen Bellevue said, I've golfed the Lincoln courses and Arbor Links. Quarry Oaks is the best course.
It's hard.
You wouldn't know you're in eastern Nebraska.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Quarry Oaks is, I've lost many balls at that golf course.
So, but Quarry Oaks is the one that was closed, that was under. Iron Horse is the one that's across the street. Yes. And that's the one Greg likes, is Iron Horse. Yes. I've golfed Quarry Oaks with my dad, but I've not been there since it's been renovated.
I haven't been there either. I want to go check it out.
Mike said Seward has a decent golf course and an Italian restaurant there for after. My dad's a huge Italian fan. That might be in the running.
Seward's not that far away.
And Sam said play somewhere in Omaha. You got any Omaha suggestions?
I've never played in Omaha.
No.
I don't want to drive an hour home after golf. Right? Like once you're done with golf, like especially if it's like a hot day and you get going, it's like, oh, let me get in the car and just cruise an hour back to Lincoln.
Yes. Yeah.
Have a couple pops. You don't want to drive after golf.
So Carla, who you're a big fan of, said, welcome back, Jessica. Hope you had a good time away. I did. Mr. Big Dog, looking forward to your week on the show.
She got us pizza last time I was here. I'll never forget. Thank you, Carla.
Yes.
You give me pizza, you always have a piece of mind. You always have a place in my heart.
You've got a fan for life.
Yeah, you give me food, you're in.
Fan
you're
for
in
life.
The inner circle.
There's cookies back there for my mom, by the way.
I already had one.
Okay, well, you can take some of the frosted cookies.
I'm on a diet,
for
Jess.
your kids.
I'm on a diet.
No,
okay, I'll
for
give
your
them to the
kids.
kids. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. I have very little willpower. So if they're in the house, they're going to get eaten.
Take 3 cookies back for your 3 kids, and you have to give them to them.
Deal.
And they're listening. You hold him accountable when he gets home to give you the cookies. Okay, so Carla went on to say suggestions for local golf courses, Wilderness Ridge or Holmes or Pioneers here in Lincoln. You said Pioneers.
Holmes is a good one, too.
And then second the motion for Table Creek in Nebraska City.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Table Creek.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Okay. And it said, P.S. Thanks to the Reverend Coatney for last week's covering the show. Great to hear him. Yes, again, thanks to Matt Coatney. And then one more from Mike. He said, before I get to that, because that's going to lead us into a discussion. Also, Crypto, I think, has given up on you coaching and has now moved to you playing in the Arena Football League, going back to playing.
No chance.
Is it the UFL, right?
The UFL, I could not play in that league. There's some good players in that league. The UFL, I mean, I think at best, I could give you one drive. I could give you one drive at right tackle, maybe right guard, but nothing on the left side. Zero, and I could give you one drive, just one.
I'm impressed you said one drive. I figured you'd say like one series.
One drive.
One drive. All right.
One drive. We could do it.
Okay, so Crypto, your suggestions still are
but I'm glad you're off the coaching horse because that's never going to happen.
Okay, so and then Mike also said we need the big dog to be here with Will Compton during the Colorado game. I'm sure you are going to be here for that. You're not. Yeah, you cannot miss that one, right?
That's not one I'm going to miss. At home under the lights against the Fighting Deons, I cannot wait for that football game. I mean, I was talking to my dad about it. He's talking about maybe coming up. My brother's like, there's a few friends from high school that have already hit me up like, hey, what do you think? I'm like, you better buy tickets now because there's going to be no tickets for that one. And, I think that has every potential to be as rowdy and as lit up as Michigan was at the night game or even Miami in 2014. Like that game that's a powder keg, right? We go out there and handle business week 1. That is an absolute powder keg that's going to light off in Memorial Stadium.
And we just heard you tell a story about Colorado. You've got some extra.
Oh, I hate them.
Yes.
I mean, deep.
And you're from Colorado.
Yeah, I'm from there. My entire family went there.
Yeah.
Like cousins, uncles. Like when I committed to Nebraska, there was a family rift. Like they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh no, I'm going to Big Red. Like I'm not going to the Crazies in Boulder. Like I'm going to Big Red. There's definitely no love lost there. I mean, and I got to call that game last year with Greg in the booth last year. I had so much fun. So I will be somewhere in this stadium for that game.
It's just so perfect because I know that the Husker fans, even probably Colorado fans, everyone's been asking for that to be a night game. And it was delivered. And a lot of that was because of the new TV package that has been signed on with the Big Ten. So previously, Big Fox was like the the big game for the Big Ten, right? And it's their prime time game is the big noon kickoff. So a lot of those big time games, which Colorado was last year, was on big noon kickoff. But with the addition of the NBC primetime game, just so perfect and so great for this program. And there's multiple primetime games that the Huskers, nationally televised primetime games, are going to be on that we've already seen from the schedule, and I think more to come. How do you feel, though, about that Friday night game against Illinois here in Lincoln? I like Friday night games. You know, as a player, I hate short weeks. You know, it's one less day to recover, one less day to prepare. Everything feels kind of rushed. You know, but as a fan, there's nothing better than turning on your football team on a Friday night and be like, oh, my team's on, right? Now I can focus on all the other fun games on Saturday. You know, but that's going to be another big game. You know, Illinois was one that we felt like we probably let get away a little bit. We beat Illinois on the road. You called that game. Yes, we did. Golly, my CT's the year before, though. The year before is the one we CT. And the year before that. Yeah. So my first year, the very first game of the season was Illinois. You were on the sideline for that one. Yes, I was on the sideline for that one. Second year. That was when Cam Taylor-Britt tried to catch the punt on the 1 yard line. Yes. Yes. And then the callback of the interception. Yeah, that was a disaster. So hot. The missed field goals. I mean, there was a lot. Yes. No. And then. Yeah, we beat them last year, right? Yes. At Illinois. At Illinois. Yeah. Yeah. So them coming back here. Big win. Yeah, that was a big win because that was a talent. There was a lot of There was a lot of dudes on that team that went to the NFL. Yes. Right. Like their guard got drafted in the 4th. They had Isaiah Newton. They had Keith Randolph. Like they had some dudes on there, and I felt like that was a really good showing for the Huskers last year. But yeah, Friday night, that's gonna be a big one because I mean, when you're Friday night football, you're the only show on turf. Yes. Right. Everyone's watching from because I mean, whether they're sitting in their garage having a beer or anything, like you're just gonna turn on football. Right. And if you're the only show on turf, it's a great chance to show the world and not your normal viewers what you're all about. Well, and just everybody, like you said, I mean, if there's not many things to compete with, I mean, everybody, all the eyeballs are on. So it's a huge opportunity. I know Coach Rule, we had Troy Dannon on right after the announcement, like not ideal because they don't want to compete with high school football, but it is a big opportunity. And like you said, I kind of like having all day Saturday to watch everybody else. Yeah, whenever the Huskers bye week or whenever they play on a Friday night, I can relax on a Saturday, right? Like I can be like, okay, what games do I just want to watch today? Like what? Okay, YouTube TV, what 4 games are you going to give me, right? But when the Huskers are on, you're just kind of nervous, pacing around, not real sure what to do. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for that one because it'll give me a nice, relaxing Saturday to watch college football. My wife so my sister-in-law was getting rid of a TV, and my wife's a big NFL gal, right? Not a big college. And she plays fantasy football. She loves the NFL. And so she's like, Hannah's getting rid of a TV. I'm going to bring it home. I was like, we don't need another TV. We have plenty of TV. She's like, no, this is for Sundays. I was like, what do you mean? She goes, no, we're going to bring the TV in the living room on Sundays, and then we'll have 8 games on. I was like, and Saturdays. And she's like, no, only Sundays. I was like, no, Saturdays too now. Like that. So we're just going to have double TVs stacked up in the living room on Saturdays, Sundays in the fall. I can't wait. Oh, that's amazing. So I have talked about this a lot. It seems like, for the most part, the consensus is when I talk to players, they actually prefer playing the earlier games just because sitting around. What you are a fan of that too, and Coach Rule I know is a fan of the earlier games too. But you like playing early, right? Yeah, you don't like sitting around waiting. I love just waking up and going. Yeah, right? Like wake up, get breakfast, cup of coffee. I'll see you at the stadium. And that's why I loved the noon kickoff in the NFL. I thought that was great, and the 11 a.m. kickoffs for college. I love those. I mean, as a player, you can work yourself up during the day and I need to watch one more thing of film or running through reps in your head. And you can almost mentally tire yourself out. And I mean, and also not many high level athletes are used to performing at a super high level at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night. Yeah. Right. Your body has to acclimate to that versus so many times you're used to just kind of waking up, your body's sharp, your mind's sharp, and you're ready to go perform. So it is a training to do, especially if you have young players that are really not used to it. Performing on a high-pressure, high-level stage at 10 o'clock at night with some of these games that go later and later is a really tough thing to do. And then also, if you combined night games in a row, your recovery time actually really gets cut down a lot. I mean, if you play an 11 o'clock kickoff and you're off your feet by 4 p.m. on a Saturday, you're already starting the recovery process, right? You play a long night game on an away trip, get on a plane, fly back late, land early Sunday morning, your recovery is kind of already
screwed up, and it's going to be even harder, and those can compound as the year goes on. So yeah, I know the environments are unlike any other. Like, there's nothing like playing on a Saturday night game at Memorial Stadium. Nothing like it. But it does start to build into it.
So you are saying you probably think that these different time zones that we're about to see the Big Ten play in, like there's an 11 o'clock kickoff in California.
Which is 9 a.m.
Rutgers is kicking off at 11 p.m. basically against USC, and then vice versa. Then you've got the California, the West Coast teams that are going to be kicking off at like 8 a.m. You know, that's could potentially play a factor.
For sure. I mean, I remember when I was in Minnesota in 2015, we did the doubleheader Monday Night Football to start the season, and we were the second game, so we didn't kick off until like 7:30 or maybe even 8 o'clock West Coast time, which was like 10 o'clock for our body clock time, right? You're like, man, I am tired. Like, I'm ready to take it. Like, I'm ready to go to bed, and we're starting a football game. Like, that plays a huge factor into it, and especially when you're talking about now multiple times. I mean, it's just like the NFL, right? There's not really like a regional thing anymore. I mean, you're going to be in Washington, and then you're going to be in Pennsylvania, and then you'll be back down in Southern California, and then you'll have a quick jump to Iowa. Like, it really is more like an NFL schedule now, where you're going to have to just adjust your body accordingly.
All right, got to work in another break here on Sports Nightly. Keep those texts rolling in. And again, phone lines open for you as well. 402-413-2400. Woodhouse Auto Family is your trusted auto partner with 20 brands and 20 convenient sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com.
Need parts fast? O'Reilly Auto Parts has fast. Need them now? We've got now. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. We're O'Reilly Fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Hey Huskers, it's a new day in Nebraska. Manzer Equipment, Mertz Farm Equipment, and West Point Implement of Columbus have teamed up as True Ag and Turf. Coach Rule is bringing innovation and high-performance standards to Husker football, and True Ag is doing the same to your farm with game-changing Fendt equipment. As Big Red establishes power on the field, True Ag and Turf does the same in the field by welcoming Fendt to Nebraska.
Hi, this is Husker National Champion and Super Bowl champ Tony Veland. Throughout my football career, chiropractic care helped my athletic performance on the field and kept me in the game. Today, regular chiropractic care keeps me healthy and active to do the things I love. Chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. Make chiropractic your first choice to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and feel better naturally. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Learn more at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
Get ready to rule the field and revolutionize your farming game with Valley, the game changer in irrigation and ag tech solutions. With time and labor-saving measures, ground truthing results, and effective input reduction, Valley provides the perfect game plan so you stay ahead of what's in the field. From the best in irrigation and cutting-edge ag tech solutions to personalized support, Valley is your winning team. Visit your local Valley dealer or valleyirrigation.com today.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks. Foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Welcome back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, which is sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres, solutions for every field. Alongside Jeremiah Sirles, I'm Jessica Coody. So there is a pretty heated debate going on in the YouTube chat right now. Who is worse? Who do you despise more, Colorado or Iowa?
Colorado.
No hesitation.
It's a longer, deeper rooted hate.
You have a different kind of
Iowa. I hated Iowa because we started playing them in the I only played Iowa 3 times, right? But I grew up in Denver, a Colorado fan. They did me dirty. They did me dirty in the recruiting. I mean, on my signing day, the news was there, and they were like, "Why didn't you go to CU?" And I was like, "I just wanted to go somewhere I could beat them every single year." And we ended up beating them both times we played them, thankfully. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to root out the deep hate for CU. I mean, Iowa's right there, but CU's definitely more.
I feel like probably the older school fans that have been a fan of this program for a long time will agree with you. Colorado, probably the newer school, and some of the younger fans are more hate Iowa.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's more accurate.
Speaking of Iowa, you and I were chatting. You actually you defend Caitlin Clark.
I do. I mean, the WNBA hates money apparently because they want to beat up their cash cow. I mean, if she came to my team, I'd be like, dude, let's get this chick out in front of everyone. She's going to sell jerseys. She's going to put butts in the seats. And guess what? All that money trickles downward to us. But apparently the WNBA just wants to WWE her all over the court, and then she doesn't make the Olympic team. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I think she's a phenomenal player. I mean, I get it. You have to earn your stripes in this league, but she is so wildly popular, so wildly liked. She handles herself well. Great competitor. I don't understand the hate that the other players in the league are giving her. I just don't understand it.
Do you, though, dislike some of her antics on the court?
She's a competitor. I mean, I don't know. I can't say that I haven't said the things that she said. No, I had a helmet and mouthpiece on. But, I think that she does get a little fiery. She does get after it a little bit. But that's, I think, part of what people like about her. I think that people can relate to that and relate to she's not the buttoned up pretty girl. No, she's the competitor. She's out there to fight, and she got that dog in her. Oh, she's ready for it, man. I don't know. I love the way she plays the game of basketball.
I just don't like how she cries to the referees.
But I think that's part of the game, isn't it?
I'm from a referee family, and so my dad refs, my brother refs women's basketball too. And, I talked to referees that have said that, hey, basically let her do whatever she wants. And I think she took it a little too far this past year because she didn't have any reins or leash on her at all because she was so good for the game that it was like, hey, it's Caitlin Clark's world, whatever she wants to do. I think that's a bad example that she's setting to a younger generation that is so, like you mentioned, everybody's watching her and she is a huge role model right now. I think that's a little bit of an example that I would not want my young people in my life to look up to and do. I don't want that carried over, but you do have to appreciate her game and what she's done. And I do think it's crazy how
they're trying to kill her out there.
It's unbelievable.
Like they're trying to like physically assault her. I'm like, what did she do to you? She's gonna make you guys more money.
You talked about her handling herself. Well, I was really impressed with how she handled the Olympic announcement, not making the Olympic team. And, there's been so many arguments about both sides, but I thought, with women's basketball and how big it is right now, and for NBC and the rights, and you could have talked about a huge following that was going to follow the women's team over in the Olympics this year. But I thought she handled it really well about, look, it's the most competitive team in the world. I'm so happy for the girls. I'll be rooting for them. And said, actually, it's probably going to be a much needed break for me because unlike any other sport, they go right from playing in college to playing professionally.
Yeah.
They get like a month in between, but they are going straight to training camp, straight to playing in the league. So, she handled it really well. But I do think they probably missed an opportunity, despite whether she was going to play or not. But just her presence being on the team, I think they missed a big opportunity there.
Yeah, I mean, I think from a public side and from what's the word I'm looking for, an optics side, like just having her there and all of it would have been big for the sport and the country too, but I think her time will come. I mean, she's going to be there again, and I mean, it's tough to wait another 4 years. I mean, she probably had the goal of making that team this year, but yeah, I mean, I can't imagine her body feels very good right now. I mean, rolling all the way through to the top and then rolling right into an NBA or WNBA season, like
where she's getting hammered.
Yeah, where she's getting beat down. Like, yeah, her body probably does need a couple hours in the cold tub.
So who would have thought we would have had a hot take on women's basketball and Caitlin Clark with Jeremiah Sirles?
Hey, I'm a fan of all sports. I watch them all.
Yes.
And if you're Caitlin Clark's teammate, stand up for her, man. Like that, like the inner lineman in me was like, why is someone not dog stomping that girl, right? Like, just go over her body. Like, someone over there just start giving her a shoulder or something.
I like it. Okay, we got to get to another break here. Final segment here of hour number 1 coming up next. Husker fans, check out the all-new Hy-Vee Perks program. Sign up for the totally free Hy-Vee Perks program and enjoy exclusive perks pricing on hundreds of items in-store and online. Score big savings today at Hy-Vee.com/perks. Hy-Vee is an official grocery partner of Husker Athletics and is your one-stop shop for making your life easier, healthier, and happier. Visit your local Hy-Vee today.
Shop smarter online for your next vehicle with Buy Now from Woodhouse. Car buying 100% online from your local trusted auto partner. Easily compare hundreds of hand-picked, safety-inspected cars, trucks, and SUVs features, capabilities, and payments. Conveniently apply for financing and complete your paperwork for purchase 100% online, anytime from anywhere. Plus, we'll deliver it to your driveway. Woodhouse, delivering a better way to car buy online with Buy Now.
If spring allergies keep you trapped inside, then you need Navage Nasal Care to keep you breathing clearly and enjoying all the beauties of spring. Navage helps clear nasal passages that are often clogged because of seasonal allergies. Navage gently flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your nasal passages to clear out congestion, sucking out that springtime pollen and other irritants trapped in your nose. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Woodhouse has been delivering you confidence in car buying since 1975. And now we're giving you the convenience of doing it 100% online with Buy Now. Anytime, from anywhere, you can compare hundreds of hand-picked, safety-inspected, pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs that are available to purchase completely online. Shop smarter with personalized, estimated payments on all the inventory. Apply for financing and schedule your driveway delivery all online. Woodhouse, delivering a better way to car buy online with Buy Now.
Farming today is a combination of hard work, innovation, and partnerships to help keep us moving forward. Sapp Brothers Petroleum has provided us with fuel, propane, and lubricants on the farm for many years.
For over 52 years, Sapp Brothers has been a reliable partner to thousands of farmers across our great state. We work hard to make sure our customers have the most reliable supply, provided in the safest manner and at the most competitive price. Trust Sapp Brothers Petroleum to protect your equipment and keep your farm fueled. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics and to serve Nebraska farmers and Husker fans across America's heartland.
Woodhouse Auto Family is your trusted auto partner with 20 brands and 20 convenient sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com. 402-413-2400 is that number to call in or text in if you got a question or comment for the big dog. Man, this hour has already flown by.
Oh, always does.
We're having fun, right?
Yeah, it's like the pod. You just get on it and just roll.
I know, right? So we continued that discussion into the commercial break on the Caitlin Clark situation, and I had said that I don't like the crying about the referees. I should clear up, I don't like it when anybody does it, because that's been a big argument that women have said, well, the men do it. Yes, they do it, and I hate it when the men do it too.
Yeah, I hate when anyone does it. I mean, I hate it when Tom Brady did it. I hate when Aaron Rodgers does it. Like, I don't enjoy it, but as weird as it is, I feel like it's almost just a usual part of the game now, right? You're like watching and you're like, oh, well, they're going to cry and whine and be like, he hit my arm, right? But it is what it is.
Yeah, I
don't like it either. Trust me, I'm with you. Just deal with it and go.
Yeah, it's not like I am singling out Caitlin Clark. No. I don't like it when anybody does it. Point blank, period. You actually said, too, you said it's like soccer. It's becoming like soccer. And your wife played soccer.
She did. And
but she agrees.
She hates it more than I do. She hates men's soccer. She thinks they're all babies. Like, I don't know. I just have a really hard time when someone, like, and trust me, I bet getting kicked in the shin really hurts. Like, I really do. But I can't stand when you lay on the ground like someone just stabbed you and you're like, I'm dead. And then you pop back up and run away like 20 seconds later. Like, come on, let's be real here.
Okay, got a couple minutes here. Cole, are we ready for this phone call? No, we're not. Okay, we have a phone call coming in, but we will get to it on the other side of this break. Are you big Olympics? Do you like watching the Olympics? Speaking
I do.
of,
I love the Olympics.
Yeah. What's your favorite like summer event to watch?
The 400. I think the 400 and the 4x4 is.
So you're you like watching track.
I like watching people that I can't do things like they're fast. Like they're so fast.
You think you can't run the 400?
No, absolutely not. Every bone and ligament in my body would break. But I love watching those dudes because it's just amazing how fast they can run 400 meters in the 4x4 and how close it is. Like it's so you're talking like seconds or hundredths of a second. And I love watching those track runners run. I think it's really, really cool.
Speaking of, huge congratulations to Nebraska track and field. A couple of national title winners over the last week. Rima Oteba, who was on the show last week previewing the NCAA championships, throws like 211 meters. What is it in the javelin? Is it meters?
I think it's meters.
Okay, but collegiate record, back-to-back, defender national title, not easy to do. And then Darius Luff, Lincoln kid, wins the national title in the 110-meter hurdles. We're going to actually have him on the program coming up this week. But, I mean, you're always happy when national titles come back to Lincoln.
I mean, and I think it's so cool when you win it. Like winning a national title in anything from a team-related sport is awesome, but I think to do it from an individual perspective, like I am the best in the country, like out of anyone, right?
Yeah.
Like when you win it as a team, it's great, but like I just feel like it's kind of like golf too. Like when you win, you're like, I was the only winner. There was no one else. Like this was me, and I think that's a really cool thing for track athletes and any individual sport athlete like that to be able to do.
We just got about a minute left, but it's not. There's also too, like you said, like with golf, a lot of different conditions can go into it. I mean, it's so hard to do. And Darius Luff was a senior and he's been right there, multiple All-American, but for him to get it done and just so happy for him. And again, a local product. And then for Rima, back to back, that's just so hard to do. But the women finished 9th and it's their highest point total in a long time, in a while. And so we've talked about the track and field team. They've won a Big Ten title, go back to back in the outdoor, continuing to build momentum. And also for the Director Cup standings, we've talked a lot about that. The Capital One Director Cups, big for them to actually contribute points there. But there's a lot of momentum there with track and field. All right, hour number 1, fast hour in the books. We've got another segment with Sirles coming up here in hour number 2 of Sports Nightly. Keep it here.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, I got in a crash. I'm okay. I was wearing my seatbelt.
People count on you to buckle up. Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Get 1.9% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on a brand new 2023 F-150 only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Hi, this is Husker National Champion and Super Bowl champ Tony Veland. Throughout my football career, chiropractic care helped my athletic performance on the field and kept me in the game. Today, regular chiropractic care keeps me healthy and active to do the things I love. Chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. Make chiropractic your first choice to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and feel better naturally. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Learn more at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Good evening. I'm Camden Cohn, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the 1890 Initiative. The collegiate track and field season ended this past weekend in Eugene, Oregon, with the NCAA Track and Field Championships. The Husker women finished 9th as a team, their first back-to-back top 10 finishes since 2005 and 2006. Rima Oteba won the javelin, and Jenna Rogers finished 5th in the high jump to lead Nebraska on the women's side. The men tied for 13th, headlined by Darius Luff's title in the 110-meter hurdles and Tyus Wilson's second-place finish in the high jump. It's the men's best finish since 2016, when they finished 10th overall. For more results and information, visit Huskers.com. Former Husker baseball star Bryce Matthews was named South Atlantic League Player of the Week. Matthews is a member of the Houston Astros High A affiliate, the Asheville Tourists. He hit .462 in 6 games with 4 home runs, 7 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases last week. Another former Husker, Adrian Martinez, was named the UFL MVP today. Martinez led the league in rushing, was 3rd in passing yards, and 2nd in passing touchdowns. His Birmingham Stallions will play in the championship game Sunday. And just one more spot up for grabs for the College World Series in Omaha as NC State takes on Georgia. They're currently tied at 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. Tennessee, Florida State, Virginia, North Carolina, Kentucky, Florida, and Texas A&M have already punched their tickets. Our sports ticker is sponsored by the 1890 Initiative. Do you want to support Husker student athletes through name, image, and likeness? If so, visit 1890nebraska.com. Hour 2 of Sports Nightly is up next, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Here come the Razorbacks, bumping over the left. Gillen, she's stopped. Rick Allen, block number 11 for the team 16. They're body bumping in Lincoln.
Dillon turns, hands it off to Dowdell, left side, bounces to the outside, 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Dante Dowdell.
Shelley throws down low. Markowski kicks it out to Jazz, knocked away by Marshall. 7 to shoot, 6 to shoot. Shelley for 3. You betcha! Huskers take their first lead of the game with 30 seconds left.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Breaking ball outside corner. Make it an even 10 for McConaughey, and the Hoosiers leave 2 more here in the top of the 7th.
Now the 3-2, and Bretwell swings and hammers it deep center field. She's gone! Home run, Eva Bretwell, and a 2-0 lead for the Cornhuskers.
Tominaga with 9, 8, 7, starts down the right side, goes to the right sideline, 4 seconds, step back, 30-footer. Got it! Unbelievable! I don't believe what I just saw. Tominaga knocks it home.
Here are your hosts, Jessica Coody and Jeremiah Sirles on the Huskers Radio Network.
Welcome back. Hour number 2 of Sports Nightly on this Monday evening. I'm Jessica Coody, and glad to be joined by the big dog, Jeremiah Sirles, for another segment here. Then we're going to let him get out of here. We're going to hear from the new Deputy AD here for Nebraska Athletics, Haven Fields. Awesome conversation there. So that's coming up here in just a few minutes. But do have another segment here with Sirles. And so we were talking about Caitlin Clark. I first of all want to say that I think it's awesome that it's been such a big point of debate and topic across national media, local media. Everybody's talking about it. For women's basketball, for the sport, it's good. It's a good thing that it's being debated about. But Mark had a take on here, and he disagrees with us. He said, I disagree on Clark being on the Olympic team. Did she even participate in any of the qualifying or training camps? No, she did not, because Iowa was in the NCAA tournament, so she did not. A lot of the girls are already resentful of her. Just giving her a roster spot isn't going to help. She'll get her chance in 4 years when she's more proven. You don't need her as a media distraction when they're trying to win the gold. That's from Mark.
It wouldn't be a media distraction, though. I mean,
There's Coach Barthel, by the way.
Hello. She brings eyes to the sport. And eyes bring notoriety, brings money, brings web traffic. Like, she's good for women's basketball. Why wouldn't you want her on the biggest stage? Even if she's not playing, she's going to bring eyes there. She's going to bring young fans there to watch because she's going to be like, I get it. And, we were talking off air, like the resentment thing, I think is very real. And I think a lot of that comes from the fact that like these girls like Cameron Brink, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark made so much money in college with the NIL stuff that they're coming into a league where veterans that have been in that league for 8+ years are going, man, you have more money than I'll ever scratch as a professional in this. And there can be some note to that, but that's just the way the world is turning now, friends. Like that's every sport, right?
Yeah.
Caleb Williams made $10 million in college, right?
Yeah.
There's guys, I played 6 years in the league. I didn't make $10 million. Like that's just the way that the world is turning now with the professionalism of college athletics. And I mean, there's going to be some people that are a little pushed up outside by it, but I mean, I get it. She'll prove herself. I think that it's good. Like you said, I like that for women's having a daughter now, that having women's athletics be more in the prime time, I think is awesome. But yeah, it'll just be an interesting thing. I hope it doesn't linger, right? I hope that the U.S. Olympic women's team isn't getting asked, what do you think about Caitlin Clark not being here, right? I hope it kind of runs its media course here and then dies out.
It's just, amazing to me because if you talk to a lot of the women that paved the way for even to where we are in women's athletics, they are nothing but happy. They aren't resentful. Look at Rhonda Revelle, who is a pioneer and just a huge pillar in Nebraska softball and women's softball and college softball. And, some of those older players that I've been able to talk to even here at Nebraska, and they are thankful that it's transitioning and moving into this. And it just seems like they're not really appreciative of the way that things are changing. Instead, they're choosing to be negative and, like you said, resentful about it, as opposed to seeing it as a positive. Like you said, wouldn't you rather have more people watching you play basketball?
Sure. That's my thought.
Wouldn't you rather have more people in the stands than empty arenas? I feel like they should be more open and appreciative of what these young rookies have done for the game of basketball.
And I'll be curious to see if it's maybe even a little bit of a rookie thing, right? Like if by the time she's in her second year, if it's kind of all blown over. But there's going to be not another Caitlin Clark, but there's going to be more of that caliber type of player that's going to come out of college that's a darling nationally with Instagram and everything that goes like into following these athletes now. Like it's just going to continue to get more and more. And as kind of the older generation phases out, it's just going to become more and more acceptable, I think.
Look, there are a lot of great women that have played that have been incredible basketball players, but it's just, I compared a little bit to Tiger Woods and look at the generation of golfers we have now because of what Tiger Woods did. And, he was dominating and there was no competition. But he inspired an entire generation to what we're seeing now, which is this great competitive game, field of golfers that will all say, hey, I liked Tiger Woods when I was a kid. And so I think who knows, maybe 10, 20 years from now, we might even see the game grow even more because there's a whole generation that's been inspired by Caitlin Clark.
100%. I completely agree with you.
Okay, on that note, we had Bill call in, and he had an interesting question. He didn't want to go on the air with this, but he gave it to Cole. Cole gave it to us.
Okay.
Whose hand would you rather shake? Who would you rather shake hands with? Caitlin Clark or Dennis Rodman?
You want to go first?
You can go first.
I mean, Dennis Rodman, the worm. Are you kidding me? Like, that dude met Kim Jong-un. Like, that dude left and went to Vegas in the middle of, like, a playoff series. Like, that dude is fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating. I would love to have a cup of coffee with that dude and just be like, just start talking. Like, just bring up a subject. I want to hear your thoughts on it.
So I will also agree with you, Dennis Rodman, but here is kind of a crazy connection. My uncle, he actually went to southeastern Oklahoma State in Durant, Oklahoma. And my uncle was a baseball player. I had two uncles. One was a coach, one was a baseball player there. And they were like giving him rides to practice and stuff, driving him around. Because I think where is he from? But he didn't have a vehicle there. And so they said he was normal as can be, somewhat shy and reserved, but just that the transformation that he went through while he was in the NBA was just, they would have never thought where he went. So I would like to probably, just because I have family ties that know him and how different he was then. But yeah, I'm with you. He's a fascinating character.
Oh, I mean, The Last Dance, the interviews with him where he's just sitting there and you're just like, oh my gosh, dude, the stories you could tell.
Oh yeah.
Like the stories that could come out of your mouth. Like I would just be lucky to hear one.
Well, Bill, that was a great question because we've got the text rolling in here. Sam said Rodman was from Arkansas, so he wasn't from far away, but I know that he was Again, my uncle was one that was giving him rides, and he was just completely different. Okay, here is another hot take on this. Maybe if you and all the media would stop talking about all this, it would die down for her and for us. I, for one, am sick of it, sick of her. There are a lot of Nebraska fans that don't like Caitlin Clark.
Also, like, if this is September, probably not making the main news cycle, buddy. It's June.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot going on.
The WNBA is in season
the
right now.
WNBA is in season. We got down to we're in conference. We're in the Stanley Cup playoffs. We're in the NBA finals. We're entering into purgatory of sports world where there's only baseball on until football season. Like, yeah, that's why it's in the news right now. There's not a lot else going on.
There's another vote. He did respond, said Dennis Rodman by far. Okay, another text that we got in here said, asking about Ethan Nation. And I know that was a big kind of report over the weekend that he was not on the official roster. I do not want to comment on that until we know from the head coach what's going on there. I do not know. You never know with the website what's going on. I don't know. I do not know the backstory there. I will wait to hear from the head coach and Coach Cooper on that front. But yeah, that's I did want to address it. I do know that was a big kind of news cycle thing over the weekend that Ethan Nation and will you be surprised by that if he's not here?
I don't know. I mean, it's one to question about for sure. But without hearing anything about it, it could be as simple as a website glitch.
Yeah.
Like, it really could. I mean, and until there's an official report on it, I mean, it's hard to speculate for anything. I hope he's not gone.
So another big kind of news item today was that there is the NAIA Player of the Year quarterback. I should have looked up his name. I'm with you a little bit until they're here. It's hard for me to go all in. But NAIA quarterback worked out here and potentially could land an experienced quarterback in that room.
Jalen Gramstead.
There you go. So worked out here for the guys. Is that a need? Do you think maybe getting an experienced type quarterback in that room would be a good thing?
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing,
Yeah.
but I put myself in his shoes and I go, why? Right? Like, do you think you can come in here and start? Like, if you're going to try and do that, you want to play. Right. And do you think that you can come in here and start, or is this maybe a springboard into a coach, or is this, it doesn't make a lot of sense from the player side unless he just hey, I want to just be on a team one more time, or I want to be in a Power 4 program and finish my career that way. That makes sense. But, if I'm him, I'm looking for a team that's not stable at the quarterback position right now. And I feel pretty comfortable about our room. Would it be great to get some experience? Sure. But I don't think it's going to happen.
So you're looking at potentially, true freshman, if it is Dylan Raiola playing quarterback. If Ethan Nation played a few games last year, but you don't have beyond the starters, maybe at corner, you're looking at maybe some young guys having to play and step up there in terms of the depth and the depth chart, maybe some younger guys there. But I when I was thinking about this and, with you coming on here, I thought this would be a fun conversation to have with you. If you could rank maybe the hardest positions to play as a true freshman on the football field in college football.
Quarterback, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive line, number 2. Corner, probably number 3.
Because that means as much as you give a hard time about defensive backs, cornerback is a hard.
Not safety, corner.
Corner is a hard position to play.
It's a hard position to play because not only do you have to be fast, you have to be physical, right? And so, I mean, all those positions besides the quarterback, take the quarterback out of it, right? Because that's its own bag of worms as far as the mental, the talent that comes with it, the commanding of the offense, understanding the offense, going into game planning, playing on a huge stage that you're not used to. That's its own side. But when it comes to corner and offensive line specifically, those two take so much physical development, right? Understand, if you're coming out of high school, very rarely are you physically ready to go play offensive line in a big-time power program, right? I mean, as an 18-year-old, can you really say that you're ready to go up against a 22-year-old dude that's been playing for 4 years? It's a hard task to say. I mean, you could probably survive, but it's definitely up there with one of the hardest to thrive at.
So what would be the easiest to play, come in and play right away?
Edge rusher and receiver. I think edge rusher and receiver, mostly because receivers, you don't get hit a ton, right? So you don't really need that strong upper body. It's important, but you're not banging every single play. And then edge rusher, you can just be a super athlete and just get off the edge 25 times a game, right? Just be fast, be able to flash in the pan, be quick. You don't even really have to get touched if you're a speed guy, and just develop a pass rush specialty plan. Like, I think those two are probably the easiest to come in and play at.
Well, and especially the way that this defensive line rotates, you can just run right in, do your thing.
I'm saying edge rusher.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, like,
I think interiorly, no. But
on the
edge side,
even
yes.
the whole defensive line, and even on the edge, the way that they run guys in, hey, let's drop a play for this guy to just go get the quarterback, and then
it's third and 8, 3rd and 9, obvious passing situation. We know you probably can't hold up in the run game on 1st and 10 or 2nd and 8, but hey, go run, go up there, give us your best shot, right? Go do it. I mean, we saw it last year with Cam Lenhart, right? Like, he went in there and did it. Van Poppel went in there and did it. Like, those dudes can flash in a pan because you're not asking them to play every snap, right? When you're a quarterback, a corner, or an O-lineman, they're asking you to play every snap of that position group, right? You don't rotate O-linemen often, right? If you start the game, unless you get hurt or you get yanked, you're usually in there for the long haul. That's what wears and tears on a young person's body.
You just mentioned there were, 3 true freshman offensive linemen that came in and contributed significantly last year. Which one impressed you the most, I guess?
Offensive lineman?
Defensive lineman, sorry. I said defensive lineman.
Wait, my brain breaking again? Cam Lenhart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, the breakout performance against CU, having the multiple sacks. I know he got dinged a little bit mid-year, but, he's already a guy that I've heard on NFL boards of potential risers in the next coming couple years as an NFL draft pick. He's got the long arms, he's got the body, the physical development will come. But he definitely flashed a lot for me coming off. And I think if he can develop himself more into an every down player, not just that edge rush specialty, but if he can become more of a run defender, he's going to be a great player for us.
To your point, though, I mean, Riley Van Poppel playing in the interior as a true freshman, as you just said, is hard to do. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, very impressive, but that he was in spell duty of Nash.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it was Nash is like, I need a blow, right? Like, okay, buddy, come on, come give me 10 snaps here. And he worked himself in, and I thought that, Tony White did a nice job of not just throwing those dudes into the fire and being like, here you go, but like, hey, you're going to get 10 snaps in this game, then we're going to give you 12, and then 15, and then 18, and then 20, like working them in more and more into that so that by the end of the year, they're more of the season, like, okay, we can trust you, not just like, hey, you're starting this game, let's see what you can do, right? That was a really nice job by Tony White of handling the management of young players.
Okay, great stuff tonight. We're going to let you go ahead and get out of here because we got an interview we want to get to with Haven Fields, the deputy AD, but you're going to be here all week long, right? Easy breezy for this hour and half?
Absolutely. It's always fun.
Okay, and so again, Sirles will be here every night this week. If you've got some topics you want us to hit on, questions, let us know. But we are just scratching the surface. We'll get into much more throughout the week as Sirles is in all week right here live in studio. All right, we're going to step aside for a break here on Sports Nightly. Appreciate all those texts coming in on our Sports Nightly hotline, brought to you by Woodhouse. Woodhouse Auto Family is your trusted auto partner with 20 brands and 20 convenient sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you can use that money towards going to see your favorite team in the playoffs. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can go see your favorite team in the playoffs. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but we cannot guarantee that your favorite team will make the playoffs or even finish with a winning record. They could easily lose more than half their games and finish in the cellar because they stink badly and haven't made the playoffs in years. Savings? Very possible. Playoffs? Highly doubtful. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. We cannot be held liable for your favorite team's terrible and frankly embarrassing performances now or ever.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Get 1.9% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on a brand new 2023 F-150 only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm broadcasting major Connor Clark with Campus News. For the 7th straight year, the University of Nebraska system is a top 100 patent-earning institution in the world. NU researchers were granted 46 patents in 2023, ranking the university at number 55 nationally, ahead of Big Ten schools like Michigan State and Penn State.
Tickets are on sale now for the Hy-Vee IndyCar Race Weekend Concert Series. Saturday, July 13th, see Luke Combs and Eric Church. And Sunday, July 14th, see Post Malone and Kelsey Ballerini live in concert. 1 ticket per day gets you into a race and 2 concerts. Tickets on sale now at HyVeeIndyCarWeekend.com.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Hey Huskers, it's a new day in Nebraska. Manzer Equipment, Mertz Farm Equipment, and West Point Implement of Columbus have teamed up as True Ag and Turf. Coach Rule is bringing innovation and high-performance standards to Husker football, and True Ag is doing the same to your farm with game-changing Fendt equipment. As Big Red establishes power on the field, True Ag and Turf does the same in the field by welcoming Fendt to Nebraska.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks. Foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Shop smarter online for your next vehicle with Buy Now from Woodhouse. Car buying 100% online from your local trusted auto partner. Easily compare hundreds of hand-picked, safety-inspected cars, trucks, and SUVs' features, capabilities, and payments. Conveniently apply for financing and complete your paperwork for purchase 100% online, anytime from anywhere. Plus, we'll deliver it to your driveway. Woodhouse, delivering a better way to car buy online with Buy Now.
Did I forget something?
No, just wanted to tell you I love you. Oh, don't forget to buckle up. Drive safe.
I will. Love you too.
Someone is counting on you to buckle up. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hi, this is Husker National Champion and Super Bowl champ Tony Veland. Throughout my football career, chiropractic care helped my athletic performance on the field and kept me in the game. Today, regular chiropractic care keeps me healthy and active to do the things I love. Chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. Make chiropractic your first choice to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and feel better naturally. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Learn more at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Get 1.9% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on a brand new 2023 F-150 only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Welcome back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, which is sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres, solutions for every field. Appreciate Jeremiah Sirles stepping in and helping us out all this week. We let him go because we have an interview we wanted to get to and let you listen in on here tonight. Haven Fields is the new deputy AD and COO for Nebraska Athletics, hired by Troy Dannon. He was with Troy in Washington, and Troy was really excited to get him here on staff here at Nebraska. So recently I had a chance to sit down with him, get to know him a little bit, what excites him about working with Troy Dannon and all kinds of good stuff. He's also the sport administrator for football too, so I spent a lot of time with Matt Rule and his staff as well. So wanted to let you guys listen in and get to know Haven Fields a little bit here tonight on Sports Nightly. Once you get into the development and then you start maybe, okay, I can move up in this, I guess what led you to want to be in more of the leadership role of an athletics department?
Yeah, over time, it's easy to be in one entity of athletics, and sometimes you get labeled. I knew that I would probably do a really good job on the fundraising side, but there was so much more. This was 2004, 2005, so things were completely different than they are here in 2024. It became clear to me that there were other areas that I would want to have a chance to work in. And so when I left Auburn, I went to the University of South Alabama, having the chance to help start a Division I FBS football program. And that kind of led me down the path that there's so much more for me. I am really thankful to Joe Godfrey. His son, Mark Godfrey, longtime basketball coach, Joe was just everything I could ask for as someone starting in the industry and getting on the administrative side, helping start a program. He held my hand for a while and allowed me to do everything that I wanted to, ask a lot of questions, sitting meetings that I probably shouldn't have been in. And it was just the start of what I knew would be a long career, and having a chance to shift. Was always involved in the development piece. I love people, I love process, so it drove me to continue to be involved in development, but also having a chance to explore other areas that have led to me sitting in this role again, which I'm very humble for.
You just told a story that I was actually going to ask you. So who were some of the people that maybe inspired you as leaders and maybe led to help you shape into the leader that you became? Yeah, thank you so much for asking. I mentioned Joe Godfrey, longtime AD, Jay Jacobs at Auburn, Kay Hargrave, who I'm thankful for, that got me involved in the development space. Dr. Joel Erdman, who enhanced my role at South Alabama after Joe Godfrey retired. I'm really thankful for current Director of Athletics at the University of Illinois, Josh Whitman. His Chief Development Officer is like a brother and a friend of mine, and a great mentor, Howard Milton. Beth Getz, the Director of Athletics at Iowa. I'm not sitting at Ball State without her. Current President at Ball State, President Jeffrey Mearns. The list goes on and on. I mentioned Troy, my position coach at Auburn, Joe Witt Sr., who I'm thankful for. It just goes on and on. There's so many people. I know I'm not mentioning everybody, but those people have certainly helped me with my foundation. Current Director of Athletics, just thinking about people, Dave Benedict at UConn. There's so many people that I'm thinking about right now that have just had a part in, what you see today, that certainly have helped build me as a professional. And I'm grateful for them, because without any of them, again, I'm not sitting here as your Chief Operating Officer serving Nebraska. So, through those relationships with those folks and just your career, what have you found are some of maybe the most important attributes and traits of good leaders? Yeah, I think first and foremost, people who are extremely honest. I think transparent with you, because there's going to come a time in your career where you need brutal honesty, and you have to have people around you that are not just telling you how great you are, but you have people around you challenging you, holding you accountable. And some of the people I mentioned have done that for me in my career. I call them my board of directors. There's a great book by Bob Bodine called The Power of Who. And in that book, he talks about a board of directors and having a network of people that you can count on. But I think the honesty, I think people who are obviously have great integrity and character, people you can lean on that have your best interests, and they're going to make the best decisions for the department. I think something else is it's great to be around competitors. It's great to be around people who want to compete and want to be the best in everything. I mentioned the honesty earlier on. I think people who know how to serve and not just lead. I think sometimes as leaders we get in this place where we feel like we have to always be the one to make the decisions, but we've got to have people that we can serve and allow them opportunities to make decisions and be able to make recommendations as to why we're going in that direction. So those are some things that I will point to right away. And people that just know how to pull a department or pull an organization together in really difficult times. And I've seen all those things in people who I've worked with, worked for. And that's just the baseline. There's so many things that I can share. I talk a lot about being collaborative. I've been around some of the most collaborative leaders I've ever seen. And they've done it in a way where it's really helped campus, it's helped athletics. It's given us a chance to really have success as an institution. And those are some of the things that really excite me around the folks that I've been around, and obviously in working with Troy today. That's awesome. So, in terms of leadership within athletics, not all of the leaders have had a college sports background. Some do, some don't. But how have you found that you playing football at Auburn and being a collegiate athlete at this level has helped also you in your leadership roles? Yeah, people often talk about organizations or departments wanting to hire former student athletes. We're war ready, as I'll say, for anything. And when you come out, I think we're tapped in a way where we've been through so many things. There's adversity, there's success, there's so many things that we've been through. So, obviously being a great teammate, being collaborative, as I mentioned earlier, knowing that when we're battle tested in some ways, we know how to deal with situations that may not be great. I point to, I hate to talk about COVID, I hate to talk about the pandemic, but I was surrounded by some folks that were former student athletes, and it's great to be in a room where you're going to have people that know how to be collaborative, but also know how to challenge each other, having healthy debates for what's best for the department. And I think that comes natural to people that have competed at a really high level, to be able to have those conversations about what they believe in, what their morals are, their values are. And so I point to some of those things, and just knowing, again, you're going to have people who are thinking about the big picture because they've been put in so many different situations that they've got to find a way to make sure that the organization has success. So one of your duties, you're going to be the sport administrator for football. You've already been, I know you dove in as soon as you got here. They were in the middle of spring football. What has it been like getting to know Coach Rule, his staff, and working with that group?
He's such a great man, a man of culture. One of the most impressive things was, when I sat down with him, he kind of laid out some of the things that his expectations were of me. And he's just looking for a partner like most coaches. Somebody he can lean on and have conversations with. But I have to tell this story. We had our first all-staff meeting of the year, my first week here, second week here, and his whole football staff came in. And the most impressive thing I had ever seen, you don't see it everywhere, is the entire football staff sat in the first two rows. They're leaders on the campus. Obviously, they're influential, impactful in a lot of areas. And that's what leadership is, knowing that you're going to have somebody that not only sets the culture but embodies it and does all those things. And it was one of the most impressive things with him. He's certainly really organized. He knows what he wants. I think the plethora of experiences that he has at the collegiate level, along with the professional level, will certainly set us up for success. So close last year, and the amount of talent back, the number of starters back, we're certainly going to have a great year. So I look forward to the partnership with Coach Rule, Dr. Susan Elza, who I've gotten to know and spending time with as well. And the entire staff, it's going to be great. He has developers, he has leaders, as well as coaches, all packaged into one. And it's certainly going to be great for our student athletes.
One of my favorite things that I've come to like the most about Coach Rule is how passionate and how much he cares about the programs, not just football here at Nebraska, and how he does want everybody to succeed, and he wants to do his part in helping. And you don't find that a lot of times in football coaches. So, from your perspective, how good is that for a program to have a football coach that does care and is invested in the programs outside of just his football team?
Yeah, as you and I both know, Jess, they're one of the more popular faces in the state, and in this case, he is certainly the face of Nebraska football. So anytime he's out in the community, I'll start out and work in with, anytime he's out in the community, anytime he's at another event that involves other sports, which I know that he does, anytime he's just walking around saying hello to other departments, the business office, facility staff, that sets the tone for the department to know you've got one of your more influential people in the state, let alone the department, out in front connecting with others. It really allows for people to understand the importance of everybody being in this together. And he certainly does, and that's why he's going to have success on the field. He'll continue to have it off of it because he certainly sees the big picture as it relates to how we all are in it together, and we're all working towards the same mission to obviously win championships, but to develop young people that are going to leave here and do amazing things outside of Nebraska.
So throughout all your career, your playing days, had you ever been inside this stadium before?
I had not, and I tell you, the greatest experience I had was I started working on a Wednesday. We had the spring game on a Saturday, watching 65,000 people float around this place at the spring game. It tells you everything you need to know about the support, not, again, for football in that moment, but about Nebraska. The first half, I'm on the field watching the game, doing what football guys do, trying to see what we have. And then the second half, I decided, put my credential away and walk around like a fan. And, I knew I was in a different place when I had a couple of people recognize me and walk up to me and shake my hand and give me some history on Nebraska and things I needed to know. Yes, I have tried Runza. I have tried, and I think it was pretty good. And so you're in a different place. So for me, that was just kind of a prelude to what I know I'm going to see as we get ready to start the football season.
Love that.
Yeah.
So, you had talked earlier about the ever-changing landscape of college athletics, and there's just been some waves that have happened over the last couple of weeks. As you and Troy have been here and have been embedded with Nebraska, how do you feel about where Nebraska is set up to be able to move forward with how things are changing in collegiate athletics?
We certainly will be a trendsetter. We'll be able to lead in a way. I think that at the end of the day, everything continues to change in our landscape, but there's still one mission, and continue to provide an amazing experience for our student athletes. For where we sit, obviously a member of the Big Ten, no different than the SEC in some ways, as far as preparation around what's coming with the settlement, knowing there's a revenue share model coming. We feel really good about where we are. We're going to be set up in a way where it's going to allow us to still recruit at the highest levels, not just for football and men's basketball, but across all of our sports. For our coaches trying to get the best in the nation, we feel really good about where we are today. Obviously, academically, our students are outstanding, so that side of it won't change. We'll continue to provide all the things that we need to make sure they're successful. But athletically, we'll just continue to enhance things, knowing that there's going to be a different model, more of a business model than we've ever seen in college athletics. But we certainly will be a trendsetter in that and be a leader as far as what we do with the changes in the landscape.
We had Coach Cook on the other night after he signed his contract extension and talked about his horse. But he had brought up something with Troy about how even as coaches, they're like, what's going on, maybe confused a little bit. And Troy's always good about, hey, this is where we're at, and just communicating and making sure that coaches are aware and understanding of just everything. How do you guys, as the leaders of this department, stay up to date on all of that and make sure that you are knowledgeable enough to be able to communicate that to not only coaches but an athletic staff?
Yeah, it starts with a lot of reading, a lot of things that you read. For me, I start my day by reading the D1 ticker, and then I'm also communicating with other folks across the country on thoughts and things that they're doing, to just bounce ideas off each other around where you are versus us, similar size institutions, maybe some smaller, some larger, just in the sense of what we have to look forward to. But I think it all starts with just knowing that the transparency that we're providing, aside from just us staying up on it, the transparency we're providing to our coaches, probably the most important. But I think it's just a lot of research, a lot of reading. And then it's not just that. I think internally, communicating with Troy, communicating with Seth Dorsey, our new chief financial officers, as well as our leadership team, on things that everyone's hearing, so we can just stay at the forefront of what we need to be preparing for. I think you have to be as anticipatory as possible, and that means sharing things with coaches ahead of time when we can. But a lot of research, a lot of reading at the baseline of it all to make sure that as things come up, we're able to maybe send out a text to coaches and just say, hey, you need to be thoughtful of this, or maybe to some of the staff I work with. When things come up around this new landscape, I think it's just sharing it. Not that we need to stay knowledgeable, but it's everyone in the department needs to be knowledgeable of what's taking place, because at any given time we can all be asked our thoughts, and we need to all have opinions, and we all need to understand what we're doing here in Nebraska moving forward together. So.
Really, really appreciate Haven Fields stopping by and spending some time. That was just a small portion, not even half of the conversation that I had with him. It is out now on our podcast platforms and our YouTube channel if you want to listen to that full conversation. Did also want to mention, so in that interview, we talked about the marketing team here at Nebraska was nominated for NACMA, a NACMA award, the best marketing team, and there was I think 5 other schools, and it recently was announced that Nebraska did win marketing team of the year. So congratulations, Brandon Meyer, Alex Harris, and the entire marketing crew here at Nebraska, the National Marketing Team of the Year at this year's NACMA Awards. All right, got to step aside for a break here on Sports Nightly. If problem gambling is burning up your money, there is a way out. Help is free and confidential for Nebraskans and their families. There's no judgment, just help. Visit lifeafterbet.com.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks, foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles, or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Hi, this is Husker National Champion and Super Bowl champ Tony Veland. Throughout my football career, chiropractic care helped my athletic performance on the field and kept me in the game. Today, regular chiropractic care keeps me healthy and active to do the things I love. Chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. Make chiropractic your first choice to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and feel better naturally. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Learn more at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
Husker fans, springtime in Sarpy County means sports and outdoor activities. Catch an Omaha Storm Chasers baseball game or a Union Omaha Pro soccer match at Werner Park. Visit Fontenelle Forest, where you can enjoy tree rush adventures or hike and bike on one of the many trails. Play a round of golf or experience great fishing. Relax, refresh, and rediscover yourself with a springtime trip. Plan your adventure at GoSarpy.com.
Woodhouse has been delivering you confidence in car buying since 1975, and now we're giving you the convenience of doing it 100% online with Buy Now. Anytime, from anywhere, you can compare hundreds of hand-picked, safety-inspected, pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs that are available to purchase completely online. Shop smarter with personalized, estimated payments on all the inventory. Apply for financing and schedule your driveway delivery all online. Woodhouse, delivering a better way to car buy online with Buy Now.
Hey Huskers, it's a new day in Nebraska. Manzer Equipment, Mertz Farm Equipment, and West Point Implement of Columbus have teamed up as True Ag and Turf. Coach Rule is bringing innovation and high-performance standards to Husker football, and True Ag is doing the same to your farm with game-changing Fendt equipment. As Big Red establishes power on the field, True Ag and Turf does the same in the field by welcoming Fendt to Nebraska.
For farmers, productivity isn't an option, it's everything. And at Valley, we feel the same, delivering game-changing technology and irrigation solutions that advance agricultural productivity, with the results to prove it. From our leading irrigation technology to expert advice, you can always rely on Valley to bring out the best in your farm. At Valley, productivity isn't an option, it's everything. Visit your local Valley dealer or valleyirrigation.com today.
Farming today is a combination of hard work, innovation, and partnerships to help keep us moving forward. Sap Brothers Petroleum has provided us with fuel, propane, and lubricants on the farm for many years.
For over 52 years, Sap Brothers has been a reliable partner to thousands of farmers across our great state. We work hard to make sure our customers have the most reliable supply, provided in the safest manner and at the most competitive price. Trust Sap Brothers Petroleum to protect your equipment and keep your farm fueled. Sap Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics and to serve Nebraska farmers and Husker fans across America's heartland.
Woodhouse Auto Family is your trusted auto partner with 20 brands and 20 convenient sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com. Just got a couple of quick segments left here of hour number 2. So the Men's College World Series up in Omaha, 7 of the 8 teams have punched their ticket. We've got one final spot left, and Camden's got an update for us.
Yeah, so it looks like right now they're in the bottom of the 5th between North Carolina State and Georgia. North Carolina State has the lead. They're up 4-2, and this was the only game from this side of the bracket anyways that went to a third game. So the only game tonight, like you said, 7 of the 8 spots have been clinched. So North Carolina State looking to get that final spot.
And make it 4-4 even, and not 5-3 with the SEC teams. I got to tell you, I'm rooting for NC State. I do not want another SEC team to be in the field.
The SEC teams are pretty overpowering, it seems. So like you said, having the ACC teams would be nice. I would have liked another conference to obviously get in, whether it be the Big Ten or Pac-12, but I'm cheering for ACC teams right now at least.
You know, and Ben said when we previewed the Stillwater Regional for Nebraska, he said having Florida in that regional worried him, that, you know, that was a team that made it to the NCAA national championship, or made it to the national championship last year, and they had a lot of talent, and here they are. They are right back in the field for the Men's College World Series. But also made a point too, that, yeah, when you get to host throughout the entire time, regional, super regional, it does make it a little bit easier to be able to advance all the way. And a lot of those SEC schools got that opportunity. But I am definitely going to be rooting for NC State to pull it out here tonight. All right, we got to work in our final break here on hour number 2 of Sports Nightly. Keep it here. We're back to wrap things up with our weekend winners. Keep it here.
A few drinks at home after work, a couple of hits at a party with some friends, over-the-counter drugs for a minor illness, a new daily prescription, and you're not quite sure how it makes you feel. It doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If it impairs you, driving becomes deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Farming today is a combination of hard work, innovation, and partnerships to help keep us moving forward. Sap Brothers Petroleum has provided us with fuel, propane, and lubricants on the farm for many years.
For over 52 years, Sap Brothers has been a reliable partner to thousands of farmers across our great state. We work hard to make sure our customers have the most reliable supply, provided in the safest manner and at the most competitive price. Trust Sap Brothers Petroleum to protect your equipment and keep your farm fueled. Sap Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics and to serve Nebraska farmers and Husker fans across America's heartland.
Husker fans, springtime in Sarpy County means sports and outdoor activities. Catch an Omaha Storm Chasers baseball game or a Union Omaha Pro soccer match at Werner Park. Visit Fontenelle Forest, where you can enjoy tree rush adventures or hike and bike on one of the many trails, play a round of golf, or experience great fishing. Relax, refresh, and rediscover yourself with a springtime trip. Plan your adventure at GoSarpy.com.
Welcome back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, which is sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres, solutions for every field. We had a busy text line tonight and appreciate everybody chiming in and giving golf course recommendations, also their opinions on Caitlin Clark. And Wally actually sent in this text, said when we were discussing Caitlin Clark, and Dennis Rodman said, I watched Dennis Rodman play in Nebraska several years ago. I would not walk across the street to meet him or shake his hand. Too much baggage. People need to let Caitlin Clark be the talent she is and go to the Olympics. Get rid of all the petty jealousy. I mean, I think we all agree with that. It's been a little bit too much. Whether you like Caitlin Clark or not, it is a lot of drama that I think they should be appreciative of the attention that and the eyeballs that she is bringing in. No doubt about it. Camden and I were talking in the break about just the already in this short season throughout, that's just the beginning of the WNBA season, the record number of attendance, of jersey sales, of merchandise sales, of eyeballs on the games and the pregame shows, all of that. It is crazy, the percentage that it has grown just with this season of the WNBA. So certainly Caitlin Clark has paid a factor to that. There's no doubt about it. Okay, we like to reserve our final segment of Monday nights for our weekend winners. Just a couple minutes left. Just Camden and I left in the studio, but I've got Sirles weekend winner. Camden's got Coles. Camden, you want to go first?
Sure. I'll start with Coles. He went with Rima Oteba after she won the javelin this past weekend for Husker track and field. I had this in my ticker for mine. I'm going to go with Bryce Matthews after he was named the South Atlantic League Player of the Week. He's a member of the Houston Astros High A affiliate, the Asheville Tourists. He hit .462 in their 6 games, had 4 home runs, 7 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases.
Wow.
So a really good week from him.
Okay, so Sirles, when I asked him, no hesitation, no brainer, he said Scotty Scheffler. He won his 5th PGA Tour title of the year over the weekend. I saw a funny social media post that said Scotty Scheffler has either won a golf tournament, produced a child, or been arrested in 7 of the last 12 weeks. But yeah, he's just on another level. So Sirles went with Scotty. I am going to give it up to Darius Luff, who was a national title winner in the 110-meter hurdles. Just incredible story, local kid. And I actually also wanted to pick him because I'm going to tease that he is going to be on the show hopefully tomorrow night. We're going to chat with him hopefully tomorrow. And so we're going to talk about him winning the NCAA title in the 110-meter hurdles. So a little plug there to stay tuned to chat with him and winning that title up in Oregon over the weekend. Also, did want to correct myself. I said that Rima threw the javelin 210 feet. That is not right. It was 210 meters. She threw it 210 feet, and which broke the collegiate record, and it was like, 69? What did I say? 69 meters. But still, just impressive, absolutely impressive, and she defends her national title, goes back-to-back. So congratulations to both those track athletes, bringing home individual national titles for the Huskers. All right, that's going to do it here for this Monday night edition of Sports Nightly. What a fun 2 hours, and again, Jeremiah Sirles is going to be here all week long. So again, get those text calls in. We will chat with Big Dog all week long. We're also going to have Fred Hoiberg in studio as well. Lots of fun stuff coming up. So we will see you this week, all week long here on Sports Nightly.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all-electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Get 1.9% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on a brand new 2023 F-150 only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Shop smarter online for your next vehicle with Buy Now from Woodhouse. Car buying 100% online from your local trusted auto partner. Easily compare hundreds of hand-picked, safety-inspected cars, trucks, and SUVs features, capabilities, and payments. Conveniently apply for financing and complete your paperwork for purchase 100% online, anytime from anywhere. Plus, we'll deliver